Hello there guys and girls, this is the Pressure Prince winner Rome 2 tournament match. It's a best of 3 match, Blues tournament, round of 16. Match between, oh my microphone screwed up again, oh no. Match between TrollyBoli of TWR and Danko, also of TWR clan. So basically it's a team kill, or clan kill, however you want to call it. Anyway, we see that it's basically the Metasena first game, and we have Cimmeria for Danko and Carthage for TrollyBoli. I'm gonna go over TrollyBoli's build. He has let's see, one Balearic Slinger up front, and then one on his left flank, one on his right. So basically 3 Balearic Slingers. Pretty decent choice. He has 2 late Libyan Hoplites on his right, 1 late Libyan Hoplite, and 1 late Carthaginian on his left. In terms of cavalry, well, his general is a strategist general's bodyguard. Interesting choice. We have a bunch of Carthaginian cav, basically 6 Carthaginian cav for him. In terms of melee infantry, he has 6 Libyan infantry, so a lot of cavalry that he brought here. Fairly interesting choice. Now for Cimmeria, which is played by Danko. He has 2 step horse archers on his right flank, 1 step horse archer with a noble horse archer commander general on his left flank. In terms of melee cavalry, or shock cav as you would call it, he has 6 step noble lancers, a bunch of archers actually. Wow, that's a lot of archers. Let's see, 4 Cimmerian heavy archers, and then 2 step archers in the center, and a bunch of hoplites. Let's see, 4 Scythian hoplites. Okay, so it's just basically only 4 melee infantry for Danko on the field. But Cimmeria is pretty difficult to use. However, I think that it might be possible for him to actually win this game, but it is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy at all. We'll see though, as they're just basically skirmishing going on right now between the 2 of them. Just going to fast forward a little bit. You can see Danko trying to get the shots off, actually firing at the Libyans instead of firing at, like, say, Carthaginian cav, but it's quite difficult for him to target properly. He did kill quite a few of those though, so that is that. He's trying to go around with his horse archers again, but it's getting zoned out by the slingers quite well, and late Libyan hoplites as well. Noble horse archers actually charged into the late Libyan hoplites and did a lot of damage, but this is a huge mistake by Danko over here. His noble horse archer is getting caught in melee. Now he's going to pull him out, but he has lost a lot of his general's unit. He's going to activate precision shot, but is it actually going to help him too much? Like, he might still survive, but the amount of casualties he has taken, this unit is ineffective, and he might not even survive. 11 men left. Not 10 and routed off the field. The general is gone. The general is gone for Cimmeria. Huge blow was done to Cimmeria here. So massive mistake by Danko to lose his general. And now he doesn't even get his charges off against the Libyan hoplite. Doesn't really do much. He did kill a lot of Carthaginian cav though, I suppose. But ooh, this late Libyan hoplite is very out of position. It's going to get wrecked by the step noble lancer, that's for sure. But it's kind of like in an awkward position, like the formation it is. It makes it so that it doesn't take as much casualties. It does, of course, make it really easy for the cavalry to disengage though. Oh, the slinger shots doing the damage. And the horse archers over here trying to skirmish, but not doing too well. As you can see, they've lost 15 men to the slingers. And here this step archer isn't doing too well. Step horse archer, should I say. Is getting some very needed volleys off though into the Carthaginian cav. And I mean, I wonder at this point if Danko is still using his touchpad, because it definitely looks like it. But if he was using a touchpad, why would he skirmish though? Because with skirmishing you need to be really, really fast, whereas with a touchpad you can just go in. So now the step horse archer is trying to engage here, but he's gonna pull away. Oh, and he loses a lot of his step horse archers in the process though. Ooh, and now he might actually get his horse archers caught. Ooh, this is... they don't actually get caught, but he loses a few guys. Now this step horse archers over here. Which unit is it going to be targeting? So it's targeting the Libyan infantry in the rear. That's nice. It's fairly effective shots, but still. Siberian heavy archers actually firing into late Libyan hoplites. That's not what you want to do. These guys have a lot of armor, so they're not really easy to take care of with skirmishes. In fact, I think you shouldn't even target them. It's like they can take even more than Levy Freeman. So why would you do that? It doesn't make much sense to target these units. Probably just has fire at will on or something. He loses more of his step force archers, so definitely looking very, very bad for Cimmeria this game. Ooh, his step archers are getting shot as well by slingers, losing more of them. Not a good trade for Danko. He's gonna have to set up a position, but the thing is, yeah, his cavalry will get in there, but he's not gonna be able to win the melee engagement. It's gonna be so hard. Now this step horse archer is going to take more damage. It's gonna lose more men to slingers. Step horse archer is actually trying to find a gap and get into the Polarics, but they're pretty weak in melee, so they won't do too much anyway if they get in there. Now we see Danko going through with his cavalry. This is probably the best he could have hoped for. Now he can support with his hoplites if he wants, but he's not actually going in. It's taken a while to go in. This is very good because it allows his horse archers to fire a bit, but ooh, he loses so many men to the slingers and pulling out. He pulled out a bit too late with his noble lancers, I feel. Could have pulled them out earlier. So he's still losing the engagement over here quite horribly. With Libyan infantry engaging. He did get rid of the slingers, I guess, or didn't yet, but probably they will die. Carthaginian cav actually routed off the step archers, or was that slingers? Where's the Carthaginian cav? It actually got stuck on Scythian hoplites, so that's good by Danko. He's going to rout that unit for sure. The step noble lancer hasn't done much. It's getting wrecked by Libyan infantry. Center Scythian hoplites going to beat Libyan infantry thanks to the charges, but he doesn't have enough melee, I feel. TrollyBoli has to be careful though, because there's still chances for Cimmeria to win here, despite losing his general. But Danko needs to pull out his cavalry much quicker than he is right now, because he's just not really doing too much with his cavalry at this point. Like, if he microed his cavalry better, he may have been able to win this game, because the way it's looking, I don't think he'll be able to win it. It's looking quite bad for him. And now rear charging, or not rear charging, but still, step noble lancers. Oof. Not looking good for Danko at all. Slingers actually went in melee for TrollyBoli. Now he's going to get Carthaginian cav into step noble lancers. Normally that's not very good, but right here, if he targets them, he's gonna get rid of noble lancers. And the Cimmerian heavy archers are also stuck in melee now. See Carthaginian cav pulling out here. But actually Danko is holding out surprisingly well, but he's still not looking great. Still more Libyan infantry on the field for wow, my mouse keeps disconnecting. Why mouse? So yeah, it's not looking good at all for Danko. See? Look at this Scythian hoplite unit. It's actually doing very well against Libyan infantry and late Libyan hoplites, but still. A lot of Carthaginian forces on the field. He still has Cimmerian heavy archers, which is very important, but now they're getting targeted by slingers, so that's not gonna go well. And just too many units for Carthage left. And the Scythian hoplites finally routing off the field. See over here engagements. Scythian hoplites going to get destroyed by Libyan infantry. Well, because they're just surrounded at this point, and we've got more late Libyan hoplites as well. See this Scythian hoplite unit over here. So yeah, I do wonder if Danko still played this with the touchpad. still has units on the field, but just not enough. I mean, he has 3 Siberian heavy archers, which can do a lot of damage, but they just can't do enough. Scythian hoplites over here. Might actually be able to beat this Libyan infantry unit, but it doesn't matter because with rear cap charges, Scythian hoplite unit should be off the field. Just way too many Carthaginian forces. This unit is actually trying to cut off the archers, probably. Oh no, he might go for a rear charge or for the archers, not sure. Yeah, probably he's going to go for the archers right now. Nope, he's gonna go for rear charges. Nope. But the Siberian heavy archers are targeting him, so he probably doesn't want to engage his cavalry quite yet. Now these Scythian hoplites engaged the Libyan infantry. The Libyan infantry went into shield walls, so he just pulled back the Scythian hoplites like this, and then went back in with another charge. Pretty cool move, but it's not really going to end up mattering this game. And rear charging Scythian hoplites, pretty good stuff. Late Libyan hoplites engaging Cimmerian heavy archers in melee. Hoplite phalanx enabled, because why not? I mean, you don't really need it against archers in melee. Even Cimmerian heavy archers, which aren't so bad in melee. I say you're like regular archers, so I mean these guys fight with spears. So they're pretty decent against cavalry. Well, I say they're not good against cavalry, but they hold out much better than other units. So the Carthaginian cavalry over here still on the field. Last unit of Cimmerian heavy archers routed, and that is game 1. TrollyBoli takes the first game. You can see here slingers, so much damage done. They killed a lot of archers. And late Libyan hoplites, wow. But yeah, Danko just lost his general in the beginning for no reason. Steppe horse archers didn't do much because they kept getting shot at. He didn't micro them back. And the Steppe noble lancers, basically they were not efficient at all. Like what happened is that he charged them in, and I feel like he kept them in the fight too long, because you're supposed to pull out pretty quickly, I think. Because if you keep them too long in the fight, they'll take so much HP damage and start losing men pretty quickly. So not sure about that, but his Scythian hoplites did surprisingly well. Probably because he went in to charge the swords after he pulled out the shock cavalry, I suppose. So the swords were already weakened, and the Scythian hoplites could do much better in against them. Yeah, that is game 1. See you guys in game 2. So this is game 2. Again on Nemetosena, we have TrollyBoli playing as Nervi, and Danko is Suebi. So it's an interesting matchup for sure, but I think that Suebi has Suebi can do quite well here. Anyway, we have let's see, TrollyBoli's forces here. A bunch of levy freemen, 2 levy freemen on each flank, it seems, 4 in total. Pretty good choice. I'm gonna slow move it. We do see 2 mighty horse on his right flank, 2 mighty horse on his left flank. Actually, 2 skirmisher units. It's 2 Celtic youths. Interesting choice. We also see some Celtic warriors, 2 of them. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. Is it 4 fierce swords? 1, 2, 3, 4 fierce swords. Basically, 2 old swords in the main line, and it's old sword strategist. General, not Budognatus. Okay, so we did go for a different choice of general. As for Danko, let's see his Suebi build. You can see up front already has 4 Germanic scout riders trying to do damage. They've lost 3 men already though to some javelins, it seems. As for his main line, well, we can see that he actually has 4 horse runners, and then in the back 4 spear levy. In terms of the rest of his swords, he has 2 berserkers with a sword master general. He's Ariovistus, of course. Then we see 2 more sword masters and 2 wolf warriors and a bloodsworn. So fairly interesting composition brought here by Danko. Oops, what did I just do? Oh no, I'm below the ground. I need to get the hell out of here. Okay, pause. Pause. Oh no. Please, please save me. Okay, I'll just start recording again when I get out of this position. Alright, so I got above the ground. I'm using debug camera, which makes things a bit weird. Like you can go below the ground like this, and if you misclick or something, it's gonna be hard to get above the ground again. So yeah, we see the Germanic Scout Riders actually trying to push forward for Danko here. Crazy to go up against Levy Freeman because they could get shot by all them javelins. Could actually throw some javelins here into the front of Celtic Warriors. Not too efficient, I think. Not only are they firing at them frontally, but like he needs to go for the cavalry or for the old swords, I feel, because anything else is just not going to do enough damage, I think, to be worth it. I'm just going to fast forward things over here. Trying to skirmish again on this flank and here too. I mean, he's doing a decent amount of damage, and if he targets the fierce swords, they will take massive casualties. But I still feel like old swords and mighty horse are the priority here, because Germanic Scout Riders don't have too much ammunition. You see that they have 7 basically. He's still trying to go around here and skirmish. He's firing at the Celtic Warrior, but not really doing anything with his Germanic Scout Riders. I feel like he should just preserve their ammunition right now and just fire at Mighty Horse or Oathsworns if he has the opportunity. Ooh, his Germanic Scout Rider has taken massive casualties over here. And let's see, is he gonna get shot here? Nope, he's gonna get some extra volleys off though. I mean, of course, if they had like 20 ammunition or something, Germanic Scout Riders, you could definitely do this. But I don't think, with the limited ammunition that they have, I don't think you should be trying to do this. We'll see though. So he does get shot again by Levy Freeman. That is not good at all. Same thing over there. Actually, no, he didn't lose any over there. So that's a good bait. I guess he's trying to bait, which is kind of working quite well for him. If he does it properly, like he's just gonna be able to waste so many volleys. And he's trying to do this over and over again. It's working quite well over on this flank, but here he just, well, yeah. Here it's he just lost a significant amount of his Scout Riders though to the javelins. Not on this flank though. On this flank it went pretty well for him with the baiting. These guys down to 34 and these guys down to 50. So massive casualties were dealt to them. So looks like we might have the engagement starting soon, but Danko is actually in a super blob formation, but I think I know the point of this formation. Basically, when he pops his general's ability, the fast charge, what's gonna happen is that all of his units will be affected because he's in a huge blob. So I think that is why he's in the blob like that and not spreading out a lot. I think that is indeed the point. Now he's just gonna pull back the horse runners and they actually get charged, but the spear levy are engaging the mighty horse here. Thing is, he didn't get to pop his ability, and he might actually just be waiting on using his ability and might pull back his swords. Yeah, he's going to engage his spear levy, use them as bait. He might use his horse runners though, which could be pretty bad. No, he's not. So he's going to stop the army of Nervy with like the spears, and then he might just follow up with, okay, he used Aryavistus' ability. And now he might just charge in at some point. Well, if he charges these units, they're just gonna die to like the fast charge. Like they're gonna get caught for sure. Look at these units now coming into the fray. They're gonna get insane amounts of kills onto the fierce swords. Fierce swords will lose. Swordmaster's getting lots of kills here. I mean, TrollyBoli is kiting back, which is good on this side, but I mean, he's gonna lose the main engagement, like, horribly. Just look at these Swordmasters crushing through. And these Wolf Warriors are getting their charge off onto the Fierce Swords. This is really bad for the Fierce Swords. Just look how quickly they're falling. Ooh, they're activating Frenzy, but it's looking really bad for Nervy already. Like, Danko's gotten a very good engagement off. I really like how he used his spear levy and then oh, here we go, mercenaries, not mercenary but Germanic scout riders catching the mighty horse. Very good job here. And now the mighty horse will get shot at by the horse runners, so it's gonna take a lot of damage here. It's still engaging the Germanic scout rider. Germanic scout rider doing so much work here. But definitely the engagement in the middle is going very well for Danko. You can see that his berserkers are in the fray right now, doing damage. Swordmasters doing very well against Old Swords. And here, more Swordmasters on the field. You can see Old Swords here in shield wall, so Swordmasters will be able to get a free charge off, and these guys pulled out. So very nicely done by Danko here. And now he's going to pop Headhunt on this unit, which is alright, I guess, because it is losing. We do see that Mighty Horse got into the fray, though. Germanic Scout Riders trying to go for extra rear charges. These guys in Shield Wall and Frenzy, so they will hold on for some time, but they're still Fierce Swords, so not too long. I mean, the Horse Runners are engaging this Mighty Horse, and the Mighty Horse is preventing all these Horse Runners from firing, which is great for TrollyBoli, but Danko's units are just gonna do very well here. The Old Sword is, though, grinding it out against the general of Danko. He has to pull out his general and go for another charge because it's in shield wall. So now you can see that the Levy Freemen are getting targeted by the Cimbri Bowwomen. This is pretty bad. Oh, he actually had a Cimbri Bowwomen. I didn't notice. He had 2 of them. Okay, and 2 Horse Runners maybe? Something like that. I see. But now the Mighty Horse will end up falling. The Bloodstone here will die to Levy Freeman, but I mean the main line of I mean these units here are doing fine for Nervian. In fact, the general the general might be dead here for Suebi, but Danko should still have enough troops to dish it out. Horse Runners actually charging into the rear of these Olsons. This isn't actually the rear though; he's charging them frontally. They're gonna be an extra buffer, and they won't die too quickly. Like, they're pretty decent for being skirmishes in melee. Now these Horse Runners here will end up stopping the Mighty Horse and killing them off. You see that they're engaging here. Just far too many units remaining for Suebi. Nicely done here, pulling out the general. He could go for another charge, but I guess he's just gonna keep his general alive. That's what he wants to do. So Berserkers here will just frenzy in and charge these Fierce Swords. Fierce Swords not getting the charge off, so they're going to get destroyed by the Berserkers here. And this one last unit of Old Swords is engaged in melee and is just going to die. Horse Runners go. This Mighty Horse has been so annoying, but hasn't really killed anything. So the Old Swords here still fighting it out, and it's just not. They're just not going to be able to do it, though. You see them fighting here. Keep fighting. Don't have time to run away. I guess that is what the soldier said, and he's right. Look at these Berserkers running, and they're so happy. They are happy because they won the battle, and they brought glory to Suebi by defeating the Nervi. So, let's look at statistics. Mighty Horse, 183 kills. Wow. Celtic Youths, not much damage done. Old Swords got some kills, actually. Swordmasters of Suebi did a huge amount of work, though. And even the Berserkers and Skirmishes did quite well. The Spear Levy just buffered so well for him and allowed him to get the proper charges with Aryavistus that he needed. Like, that's what allowed him to do significant amount of damage to Nervi. Levy Freeman did it quite well. But this means that we're gonna go into the third game, which is the tiebreaker. So this is game 3, also on Nemetisena. We've actually got TrollyBoli playing as Pontus and Danko commanding the Bactrian army. See how this one is going to go. But whoever wins this basically moves on to the round of 8, because this is the round of 16. And it's a best of 3, currently 1-1, so it's going to be an interesting match for sure, Pontus versus Bactria. But yeah, I don't know how it's going to go, but I feel like Bactria might be able to do fine here. We'll see though. As I'm just, let's see, it's gonna take 12 minutes, but I guess I can slow-mo and go over the armies and then fast forward if necessary. So here's TrollyBoli's build. He's got 2 Merc Scythian Horse Archers on his right, 2 on his left. In terms of cavalry, he's got 1 Cappadocian and 1 Pontic Royal Cav on his left. Same story on his right flank. In the center, we can see he's Pontic Swordsman General. He is a strategist. Has 1 skirmish unit, 1 Eastern Archer. That is basically it. In terms of swords, let's see. 1 Hillman with 2 Celtic Warriors here. And up front, 5 Pontic Swordsmen. That is the Pontic build. Now for Bactria, okay, Danko, we have 2 mercenary Scythian Horse Archers on his right, 2 on his left, kind of expected, I guess. We see Bactrian Royal Guard General, he is a commander. 2 Eastern Javelinmen units, interesting choice again. 4 Bactrian Noble Horse, 2 Bactrian Hillmen, 1 on each flank. Main line of 6 Thorax Swordsmen. So this is going to be interesting, for sure, how this one is going to go. I mean, they basically have the same Horse Archers and similar in terms of melee strength, but I would give the advantage to Pontus. He has extra swords compared to Bactria this game. And I mean, Cappadocian Cav are quite good. They probably won't be able to kill Bactrian Noble Horse, but they will do alright, I feel. Yeah, they will do alright. Like, they won't kill the Bactrian Noble Horse, but they will do alright for a while, and if supported. As for the Pontic Royal Cav, if they get a charge off onto the Bactrian Noble Horse, they should be able to beat the Bactrian Noble Horse in melee without too many issues, I suppose. But Bactrian Noble Horse just have so much armor. Just look at this. 95 armor is quite insane compared to the 60 of Pontic Royal Cav and then 70 of Cappadocian Cavalry. So mercenary Scythian Horse Archers just skirmishing around over here. Looks like so far it's gone a bit better for Pontus. He actually has 1 through a spear. I guess I didn't notice it. It's just more skirmishing going on. This Scythian Horse Archer hasn't done too much. So Danko is actually losing the skirmish in the skirmish department quite significantly. Ooh, the Scythian Horse Archer did get shot as well. So Danko is going to end up losing his Scythian Horse Archers. This Thuro Spear might be very annoying if it throws javelins into important units. See the Scythian Horse Archers pushing up again, but I mean, if you pull back, whoa, there's an engagement happening over here. So Thuro Spear is getting charged by Bactrian Noble Horse, but Pontus here. Oh, Bactria is much closer to the engagement than Pontus, so it might be alright. Most of his units are here. Cappadocians and Thuros, though, engaging 2 Bactrian Noble Horse. So these 2 units should be able to win in prolonged melee, especially with Scythian Horse Archer support. Though we have the Bactrian army that is much closer to this engagement, it's going to allow the Bactrian Noble Horse to be pulled out. So now these Thuros Spears will get wrecked by Bactrian Hillmen. However, he only lost 5 Cappadocian Cav, and the Bactrian Noble Horse took significant damage. So even if he loses this Thuros, it's still not the end of the world for Pontus. And he traded for some Bactrian Noble Horse, which is quite nice. And he actually had 2 Thuros. I didn't notice. He had 1 more on this flank too, okay. But now this allows the Scythian Horse Archers to get some shots off. And Pontus is now moving up with mercenary Celtic Warriors getting some... Oh, the Bactrian Noble Horse can't charge through. They're charging through their own men and breaking his charge bonus right now. Not too great. But these 2 Thoraxes will mop up the Celtic Warrior and the Pontic Swordsman. Though we see Bactrian Noble Horse charging through the center, stopping the charges of the Hillmen and the Pontic Swordsman, allowing the Bactrian Hillmen to charge. But the Bactrian Hillmen are pretty weak. I'm not sure if Bactria can actually do this at this point. He's gonna get rid of the Hillmen for sure, but his own Hillmen will die here. And the Bactrian Noble Horse here are going to get destroyed by units. I don't know why the Pontic Swordsman isn't pushing up for TrollyBoli though. He's gonna get some charges off into this Bactrian Hillman. Might route it off the field soon. He's broken through the Bactrian Hillman in the center. Again, that is huge. Now it means he can rear charge these thoraxes and just do a lot of work on them. Just look at this thorax swordsman. Not the best charge though into them. They're only kind of getting clipped. Bactrian Noble Horse charging in here. But you're gonna get destroyed by javelins. And look at these Eastern archers. They're actually targeting the javelins. Interesting. But I don't think it's looking good for Pontus right now. You can see the Pontic Royal Cav just going for hammer navels on the thoraxes. They actually need to get into the rear, but it's just a bit difficult right now. I mean, the Bactrian Noble Horse here killing Pontic Royal Cav. But Pontic Royal Cav getting some damage done, and there are Thuros on the field. Wrong attack order on the Thuros though. And then Scythian Horse Archers here targeting the Scythian Horse Archers on the other side, doing damage. Bactrian Noble Horse going to beat Cappadocians here, of course. So, I mean, the main engagement should still go the way of Pontus. But actually, this is not looking as good as I thought it would for Pontus, because he's not really getting the charges off onto the line of Bactria. So, yeah, he just needs to get more cavalry charges into the rear of these thoraxes, and once he does, he'll be able to turn it around, I feel. And now his Pontic Swordsmen are now in shield wall, and they have battle rhythm activated, so they will deal with these Bactrian Noble Horse, and then they can rear charge these guys and hopefully rout them if his unit holds. Pontic Royal Cavalry getting Bactrian Noble Horse off the field. He still has Scythian Horse Archers, whereas Bactria lost them. So I think Pontus is looking in a good position still. Yeah, she just engaged so many units here, and he's not pulling out his cavalry, which he definitely should, and start engaging in other areas, like this Cappadocian and this Pontic Royal Cavalry over here. Engaging for far too long, I think. Now this thorax is getting focused. We should see the last Bactrian Noble Horse going off the field. Bactrian Royal Guard going to engage for Danko, but it's a dire situation for him right now. They're gonna get charged in the rear by Thuros. Thuros not the best at rear charging. Oh, he might, if he actually routes these two Pontic Swordsmen, he does have a chance, but it's just still a small chance. Like a very small chance, I don't know, like 5% of winning. He still has some hillmen, Pontus has some hillmen that came back, so he needs to use them. But, well, he doesn't really need to use them at this point, but Bactrian Royal Guard will tank for a very long time here, but that's all it's gonna do. It's not gonna be able to win this engagement. He is supporting with Thorax Swordsmen though, and the Eastern Javelinmen getting charged by Pontic Royal Cavalry. So we see more Eastern Archers firing into these Thoraxes. The Pontic Royal Cavalry this game has been very nice. Like, he was able to deal with the Bactrian Noble Horse, which is very important. So the Scythian Horse Archers here just firing to the rear of the Bactrian troops. And I also feel like Pontus used the Horse Archers better than Bactria here. It seems like to me, anyway. So now the heavy shot into the rear of the Bactrian troops. This is massive. This is just massive. So these Bactrian Royal Guards still engaged here and still trying to do something. And now we see Battle Rhythm popped. I guess it was Second Wind that was popped earlier, not sure. Thuros Spears routing off the field for Pontus. And the general might actually lose, but Thorax Swordsman over here getting rear charged. Now they're gonna turn around and I mean, we still have Eastern Archers on the field. There is still this one Pontic Swordsman. And we still have cavalry for Pontus. Ooh, the Thorax Swordsman, very nicely done here. They just threw their jabs at the Pontic Royal Cavalry. And this engagement here, I mean, the shield wall here is just not doing too well for Pontus, because it doesn't allow his units to attack. Like, he's on the flanks. The general is actually gonna be off the field here, but I still think that Pontus has it. And these Thorax Swords will disengage here for Bactria. Ooh, this is a pretty cool move. He's gonna engage this Pontic Swords with this unit, and then this Pontic with this Thorax, but it's still just not going to be enough for Bactria. I feel like there's no way he has enough. The Horse Archers coming in, rally activated for Bactria. We should see raised banners soon. Hoplite Phalanx engaged. No shield wall though. Well, shield wall on this side though. But it still shouldn't make the difference though. I mean, these Pontic Swordsmen. Ooh. Well, actually, this is quite great, because if he keeps charging in the Horse Archers, they might actually just get routed off the field. I mean, this Thorax Sword, there's no way it's gonna win, though. There's just no way it's getting wrecked by the Pontic Swordsman. But we see Pontus not actually hammer-rattling properly, but I guess it's not really gonna end up mattering here, is it? And look at all the bodies on the ground over here. This is quite a massacre. There's so many bodies lying on the ground here. It's just a massacre. That is what it is. Now these Bactrian will guard. Last ones to die. 210 kills though, so they fought valiantly for Bactria, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be Pontus winning the day. And that is game and match, so this is a bit surprising because I expected Danko to win this match. He was favored here, but TrollyBoli manages to take it 2-1 and advances on to the round of 8. So if you guys enjoyed, if you want to see more, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.